Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at artifacts. So artifact, the only artifact you might know is Scythe. You guys might know about Lancia. That's about all I expect really. But artifacts actually have a whole ass archetype, you know? And I happen to have 3 of Sanctum, which is the only UR I really think you need 3 of to play this. I think 1 Scythe might be enough, honestly, because Degda is a card that exists. So, whenever an effect of another card on the field is activated, you can use Degda's effect to quick effect set a artifact monster from your hand or deck to your spell and trap zone as a spell, and it will be destroyed during your opponent's next end phase. During your opponent's turn as well, if this link summon card is destroyed, you can special summon a artifact monster from your graveyard in defense position. So this is basically like the glue that's keeping this archetype together, I guess. And then, of course, we have Artifacts Unleashed and Artifact Ignition. If you have an artifact monster in your deck, target one spell trap on the field, destroy that target, and if you do, set one artifact monster from your deck to your spell and trap zone as a spell. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, your opponent skips their next battle phase. So that's one of the 2 artifact quick play spells or whatever, right? So we have Artifacts Unleashed as well, which allows you to quick perform an XYZ summon. And this allows us to make any XYZ monster using those 2 monsters. I guess they have to be artifacts though. And that's fine. And also for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, monsters you control cannot attack except for artifact monsters. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can reveal 1 level 5 light monster from your hand, draw 1 card. So all artifact cards essentially have an effect for when they're special summoned, so if you just raw special summon Scythe on your opponent's turn, they can no longer access their extra deck, and notably, their effects, I believe, happen on your opponent's turn, but not your own turn. So even if you destroy your own Scythe cards, or your own artifact cards, they won't do anything because, well, it's not your opponent's turn. That's it. And of course, with like artifact ignition, if I go ahead and destroy like Scythe, I can set Moral Talk, and that will be a play I can do, I guess. So value-wise, I think Labrys might not be that high value. I'm not completely sure. Well, whatever, I guess. So let me find it real quick. Let's see. I believe one of these has like a quick effect. You can set this card from your hand to your spell and trap zone as a spell, so all artifacts have that. During your opponent's turn, if this set card in the spell and trap zone is destroyed and sent to your graveyard, special summon. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, destroy all cards in your spell and trap zones. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. So Artifact Badra can special summon itself from the hand, and then this will also trigger the destroy all cards in your spell and trap zones effect. Okay. So I don't think that's the one. Aha, here we go. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that would destroy a spell trap cards you control, while this card is in your hand, you can return 1 set spell trap card you control to the hand, and then special summon this card. No, this is a quick effect, but I don't think that's quite the card we were looking for. But this can protect your non-artifact back row from some like destruction effect, which is interesting to say the least. I don't know where it is, but I'm pretty sure there is a lock here, right? Somewhere. I feel like there should be, at least. Aha, this one. Artifact Mjolnir. You can set this card, yada yada, destroyed, sent to the graveyard, special summon. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, target an artifact monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position. Also, you can have special summon monsters until the end of the next turn, except for artifact monsters, so this artifact locks you for some reason. I don't know. Playa can also special summon back any artifact monster, so I would be able to special summon back Durendal, or Dagda, which is pretty crazy as well. So all of these are fairies, which I don't think is super relevant, but if you had the first Dark Lord, you would be able to special summon back any of your, I guess, like, artifact monsters. I don't remember. I think first Dark Lord actually special summons in defense, so you wouldn't be able to special summon back Dagda unless you special summoned Superbia back first, and then Superbia special summoned Dagda, keeping in mind that Superbia can miss timing. But that aside, let's see. We have a bunch of different effects. So this one prevents targeting of artifact monsters. This one makes it so... Wait, what? Cannot target artifact monsters you control for attacks. They cannot be targeted for attacks. This one makes it so they cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. This one makes it so that... Wait, what? When an artifact card is destroyed and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. What? Okay, I guess. Fail not. You can target one artifact monster in your graveyard. Set that target in your spell and trap zone as a spell card. Artifact Caduceus. Each time an artifact monster is special summoned, you can draw a card, and you must control this face-up card to activate and to resolve this effect. Okay. So, in general, there are a lot of effects on these. Not all of them are as good, right? So, let's see. Artifact Vajra. That one's the destroy everything. My card effect. This is like kind of protecting your back row potentially. And then you can just special summon this. That's all it does. It only special summons itself. But then we have Lancia, though, which prevents either player from banishing cards. So this is actually pretty crazy if you consider the nature of the deck, right? So let's assume our opponent has, like, back row hate, because of course they do. You know, like, Labyrinth is a deck that exists. Runic is a deck that exists. You'll have some back row removal. But the most powerful and common one that anyone would be playing, I guess, because it's just so good generically, is Evenly Matched. If your opponent goes into the battle phase, or activates evenly, actually, I think you can wait up until that point, and then you can chain Lancia to it, and then you cannot banish any cards, so Evenly gets deactivated by Lancia, so the only form of removal that your opponent would be able to do on your artifact cards would be, like, sending your cards to the graveyard. But, like, they can't do it with Zeus either, necessarily, because of, let's see, where is it? Artifact. Which one was it? Vajra? Yeah. I think it was Vajra, right? When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. Yeah, so with Vajra, if your opponent tries to, like, make an XYZ monster and attack into you, you can special summon Vajra, destroy all of your back row, and then probably have some Moral Talk access to remove your opponent's, like, card. And you also have no hard once per turns on any of your cards, like, at all. Except for Dagda, I guess. I believe Dagda is the only card that has a hard once per turn. Durendal does not have a hard once per turn. It is a soft once per turn. Artifact Ignition does not have, like, a you can only activate or you can only use this effect once per turn or anything like that. None of that here. And of course we have, like, Artifact Scythe and Moral Talk. So the best card you have is clearly Artifact Sanctum, being able to reset your artifact. Well, not reset your artifacts. Special summon a artifact monster from your deck. So you can just special summon Scythe. Just straight up special summon Scythe, and that could be good enough. Your opponent cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck. So in this case, I guess I probably wouldn't play the one that locks you out of artifact, like, out of just special summoning monsters outside of artifact monsters, like What, do you expect me to play, like, Artifact Fluandries? Artifact, like, I don't know, Monarch? Like, that's not happening, alright? So then we also have Artifact Beagle Tech. Let's see. Special summon. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, destroy up to 2 set cards you control. So this only destroys cards you control. So it's fine, I guess. I think I might prefer like a Vajra, honestly. Beagle Tech has like more control to it, which like might be nice if you're running like other forms of back row. So that's cool, I guess. Can't attack. I don't know, let's just throw in a couple of these and try to make a functional deck for now. So let's see, if this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, artifact monster control cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects until the end of this turn. This is only control, but this prevents like imperm on like Scythe, which is actually kind of moderately funny. I don't really want that many copies of this one. Artifact card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You can special summon this card from your hand. Do I even want Labrys? I don't want Labrys, right? If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, you can target a artifact monster in your graveyard. Set that target in your Spawn Trap zone as a spell card. You know what? Labrys is actually pretty good, I guess. And then we'll grab Caduceus as well. And then let's grab Cloudthigh. Probably, right? And then Cross Out is also not bad here, and then Ash Blossom, Joy Spring, and then we don't need like anything goofy like Maxi, I guess, right? So this should be pretty okay, as is. But just right now, all we can do is set and pass, so we still have extra deck space, and I want to put in something efficient so that it will support the artifact cards, so we'll simply just run Punk. And we can also get to drawing this way, so I think we only need 1 or 2 copies of Extreme Session. I'll go 2, just because it's safer. And then we'll do this. We need 1 of, like, each Punk main deck monster, and then we'll go, like, Ogre Dance as well, I guess, is fine. And then we want Xiamen. We'll go this, this, this. And then we'll go this and this. And yeah, we'll go both because we can. Why not? And yeah, that looks about right. We're at 56 cards right now, but I mean, I can adjust the ratios and fix this up a bit later. But essentially, what we're looking at drawing is this right now. So our hands look like this. If we have Xiamen or Foxy Tune, like most punks, we're fine. So we're going to draw 2 cards off of our combo as well. And we'll deck thin a little bit as well. So we got Scythe, we got Deer Note. And we would, of course, get our draws off of Punk Jam Extreme Session over here. So that's draw 2, so seeing more Punk cards is completely fine. I don't think there's any issue here, but like, just to be like a bit of an asshole, you know, we're going to put in Verde. We're going to go ahead, search Destiny like so, and then we're going to go ahead and put in cards that completely make sense to me. So we only need 1 FD. We'll grab 1 Denier, 1 DPE. We'll grab do we want Mally? I mean, Mally's okay, but it's like not a big deal. We can just throw in like a Dasher and we're probably okay. So let's throw in Dasher, and yeah, that should do it, honestly. So if we have 4 monsters on the field, we can make Degda, and then we can make Verte. And this is particularly disgusting because we have chain 1 Verte, chain 2 Degda. Degda can set any artifact we want, of course. And then to follow this up, of course, we have next turn, chain 1 DPE. And DPE does not target our boy Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer here. And then we can chain 2 Degda. So Then we can set any card we want from our deck once again, like any artifact card, I believe. Monster? Artifact monster. I don't think we can actually search Artifacts Unleashed or anything, which is kind of a hindrance. Can't search Artifact Ignition either. This only requires you to have an artifact monster in your deck, and this is actually just normal back row removal if you want it to be, which is kind of humorous. You can pop one of your opponent's back row and then just set an artifact monster. And let's see, this one has an effect of if you can reveal level 5 light monster from your hand and then draw a card, and then this, if it is popped, let's see. Oh, this one has a hard once per turn. The other ones don't. Okay. But anyways, with this effect, you can you could target a card on the field, destroy that target. So that's not an activated, that's not the activated effect it's referring to, so that's fine. So that's just target a card on the field, destroy that target. And you can also use this to special summon an artifact monster. Like, I don't know. Special summon Scythe, I guess? Like, what else would you summon, I guess, right? And we have one more spot. So we can just throw in, like, a funny card here, maybe. All of these are light level 5 monsters. Is there some, like, good support? Or, like, good, like, light support or fairy support or something that we can run with this? Like, I'm assuming no, but whatever. Well, until we figure that out, I guess we'll just throw in some more punk cards, and we'll figure it out from there, I guess. We could, like, throw in, like, one Ghost Ogre, I guess. That might do something, right? Maybe? Potentially? Yes? No? We could put in, like, another copy of Amazing Dragon, potentially, if we're really focusing on, like, the punk part of this deck. But, deck seems functional enough, I guess. I guess we'll grab Psychic Welder or whatever. Wielder? Psychic Wielder? Yeah. We'll grab one of these. And this will just be a body, right? Yeah. That's alright. So we can, if we have, like, if we drew, like, an extra punk or something, we can search this instead, or if we open this, I guess that's fine as well. And the logical thing to do is actually probably to, now that I look at it, is just to do, like, this, and then, like, Downard, and then to put in, like, some rank 3, that makes sense. And then, yeah, that should be the deck, I guess. And we can probably cut down on one Durendal. I don't think we would ever need more than 2. So what does this do? Fortune 2, neither player can target this card on the field with card effects. If this card would be destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can detach one material from this card instead. Once per turn during your standby phase, gain 500 blood points. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target 2 level 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle both into the deck, and if you do, return this card from the graveyard to the extra deck. I guess we can run Fortune Tune to make, like, Downard Zeus. But it's like, doesn't particularly matter, right? Yeah, I think just most things just work anyways. So yeah, that'll do. And let's do a test hand, of course. Let's see. We have both of our punk traps, which sucks a bit, so we can't search anything off of our Madame Spider. How did we open both? That's crazy. So we have Artifact Ignition as well. Okay. And we have Moral Talk. So we definitely want, like, some form of generic destruction similar to, like, DPE. This just functions really well with the artifact cards, allowing you to destroy one of your cards as well. So that's crazy. This is only... No, if it's destroyed by either player, actually. So if I have Scythe in the graveyard, I can use Scythe as well. Okay, so logically, if I can, I would also want like an IP Masquerena to clear up zones. But that would require a bit more optimization, which I'm not gonna do right now yet, I guess. Probably cut down on one of these guys and one of these guys at minimum, and then go from there, I guess. But anyways. Actually, instead of going like Degda, I think we could maybe get away with like running Spray Elf, but meh, I don't know. I guess we can link up Verte the next turn if Verte survives. But anyway. With this, we can just do our like Xiamen combo anyways, and Dorotu. Okay. Followed by Madame Spider. Not the best cards to draw two of, certainly not. And we would have to discard a card as well. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me personally. But let me count how many cards we actually summon. So we do like Xiamen, we can summon. Let's see. 1, 2, summon. Rising Carp, yada. Punk, Jam, Dragon Drive. Then we'll have 3 bodies, I believe. So, there's also the fact that Punk Jam Extreme Sessions has a soft once per turn, so I can potentially summon 2 Punk monsters off of this. So let me count. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I'll make Jam Dragon Drive, Deer Note effect, bring back a guy, add a card, and then I will definitely have the field spell, activate the field spell. So that's 3 bodies from that point, and then if I have a normal summon, I would be able to always have 4. So like Verte, Degda, whatever. But ideally, I would want to keep like Sharakusai with Punk Jam Dragon Drive so I can do the effect of Yugioh, Punk, Amazing Dragon to like put cards back. So this combo, honestly, it doesn't give me enough bodies to do like Verte Degda play. Right now, it looks like I'll have to like pick between these 2 plays, which is not necessarily the best, but it's fine, I guess. Not anything to be super upset about. So we have Wagon here, Emergency Teleport, Artifacts Unleashed. Okay. So Artifacts Unleashed will allow me to make Durendal as well. And Durendal, of course, has the effect to change a normal spell trap card. Its effect to destroy 1 spell trap card your opponent controls, so that'll do some protection. It can also like change a monster effect as well. And this is a quick effect, and I'll get like 2 activations out of this. And I can of course also do, you can detach 1 material from this card. Each player with a hand shuffles their entire hand into the deck. It draws the same number of cards they shuffled into the deck. So potentially if you run Droll with this, you can just hand loop your opponent for all they're worth. Notably, if your opponent like activates Maxi, I think that Durendal might be able to really super pop off. So, like, this deck does so many, like, random things. Like, artifacts in general, this archetype does so many random things that it's hard for me to, like, get a deck that can really do, like, utilize all of the parts of this deck. So, a little rough in that department, but this is completely functional. So here we'll probably do, like, special summon Xiamen, and then here we can, instead of using Foxy Tune effect just yet, we can add Sharakusai, special summons, I guess, like Deer Note, and we can't do Wagon here, right? Wait, then we don't have access to the field spell if we do it that way. So that's trolling, so we have to actually normal summon Wagon. And then, okay. So, if we normal summon Wagon first, we can get, like, discards for, like, our copy of Xiamen. Or not Xiamen, for our Foxy Tune. So here we have Artifact Ignition, which we might not need. We have Fail Not as well. And, of course, we can just discard, like, Lancia, and it's not, like, the worst thing in the world. Probably not Lancia, though. We'd probably try to discard Ignition here, because we can pop our Dagda next turn as well, and just special summon our Lancia that way or whatever, like whatever artifact card we have, that completely functions the same way. So here, we'd probably just discard Deer Note since we run another Deer Note anyways. And then like special summon, add Shirakusai, normal summons our Shirakusai, Rising Carp, and then summon like Wagon, Deer Note, making Jam Dragon Drive, adding Spider, and then we also have the field spell. So we would also draw one, draw two, because we'll special summon Madame Spider, and then activate Spider Effect, and add like one of our traps here as well. And we of course have Artifact Sanctum as well. But interestingly enough, we don't have the effect to destroy our own cards unless we go Verte make DPE, which means we have to try to potentially come up with a better combo line. But essentially what we can do is we can use Degda and alongside our like punk cards potentially still, so we can like go for example, let's see, where is it? So we can activate Shirakusai effect, for example, or Amazing Dragon effect, and either of those will allow us to chain Degda to it, allowing us to set an additional artifact monster. So maybe, I don't know, we should focus harder on Degda and less on the monsters, but I don't know, the monsters are kind of fun too, so I'm having difficulty deciding what to do. This only protects specifically your artifact monsters, which is a little weird, but I don't know. I think I can definitely optimize this list and make it more interesting. So here, this combo is like perfectly functional. We can just activate like Ogre Dance, grab Xiamen, and then like Xiamen Shirakusai, probably discarding artifacts Unleashed. Unless we really want to keep it, then we could do like a Chili Shield or like Sanctum instead, discarding one of those. And if we go first, we have such a large advantage though, actually, because of like Artifact Sanctum and Scythe in general, being able to lock our opponent out of their extra deck. But if we're against a control deck, we're actually at a bit of a disadvantage, small disadvantage. But with Artifacts Unleashed in this situation here, we actually have the option to go into Durendal, and Durendal, of course, will allow us to stop our opponent from doing some of their plays, because this is still a negate, actually. This is a bit of a goofy negate, though. Technically, you could play this in, like, Cyber Dragon, right? It's just Sidra. I don't know why you would, but I mean, you could technically do it. I mean, if you have a 5 alongside, like, Deer Note, you could technically also XYZ summon this, but I mean, let's see if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. I don't think that counts as being sent from the field to the graveyard, right? I need to check DD real quick. There's a DD card that kind of does this kind of thing, so I need to read the text on it to just like check. So we have Wave King Caesar here. Sent from the field to the graveyard. Okay, yeah, it definitely doesn't count because Wave King Caesar doesn't work like that when it's detached. So field to the graveyard, yeah. I mean, technically it's a material on the field, but that doesn't count, I guess. So yeah, this is all I've got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.